Are BMW motorcyclists too old to be cool bikers? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So, BMW riders, BMW motorcyclists, are they just old men? Are they just old gimmers on bikes? And are they just, well, too old, too BMW-ish, too much of a motorcyclist to be a cool biker? It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's an interesting one where some people perceive people who ride a certain brand of motorcycle to have a certain personality. You know, I know this from the Harley Davidson world. You know, lots of people who are not Harley Davidson riders view Harley Davidson riders as, you know, what some hold them in a kind of negative light, right? And the same can be said for BMW riders from people outside of the BMW world. You know, especially the GS riders, they seem to get a lot of flack from non-BMW GS riders. And I don't know why that is per se. I don't know if there's an association with the adventure bike ride. It all of a sudden became a bit of a fashion, you know, after the kind of Charlie Borman, Ewan McGregor first had their program out. I don't know if that's to do with it. I don't know if there's a certain separation where, let's say, people think that Harley Davidson riders, they think they're standalone. There's a more arrogance there, and BMW riders have the same kind of vibe as well. I don't know if it's a kind of, you know, because people always criticizing or ridiculing Harley Davidson riders and BMW riders, there's a kind of a closer community to say, you know, F you to the rest of the world, and that's it. They've kind of, you know, got themselves in this lane, and they don't care about anybody else as well. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but it is an interesting point that many people have observed, many people have kind of remarked about, and I've overheard it, and I've even witnessed it as well. But in terms of our BMW motorcyclists, well, they're too old, or they're just uncool, they're not bikers. Well, I would always pull back from this as well. I'm not sure, you know, I just don't believe that to be a biker, as in the term biker, it means that you have to follow a certain fashion code, or, you know, you have to mix in certain circles, or you have to go to motorcycle rallies, that kind of thing. For me, a biker is somebody who just rides motorcycles, right? You're a motorcyclist, you are a biker, you ride bikes. That's what it means to me. Now, biker, rider, motorcyclist, I think what the term really is the division. It comes back to this whole division again. Are you motorcyclist, more of somebody who's a conformist, and whether you're a biker, you're more of an outcast, more of a rebel? I think that, you know, that's the kind of vibe. And maybe BMW riders, motorcyclists don't fit into that kind of biker cliche. I mean, I don't see it like that, I've got to say, and I don't view the whole distinction, or I don't make that distinction. I think, you know, bikers, if you go to motorcycle rallies, well, there are people riding all sorts of bikes there. And I'm talking especially here in the UK, probably in the United States or somewhere like that. It's going to be dominated by a lot of Harley Davidson riders, because that's going to probably be the biggest bike that's, you know, people are going to ride to these events, right? It's, you know, of all sizes of events. But over here, it's definitely a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of bikes. And you're going to get lots of BMW riders going to motorcycle rallies, motorcycle events, motorcycle shows. And there, you know, there's lots of bikers there. So are they not a biker because they're riding a BMW? You know, at some point, the arguments start to break down quite quickly. Now, are there a certain type of people who ride BMWs? Are they just a certain type of people? Well, I would say that is true of every section of society, whether you're a Harley Davidson rider, whether you're Kawasaki riders, Honda riders, whatever. You're always going to get certain types of people within that group. And they may put out a positive vibe to other bikers, other riders, or they might put out a bit of a negative vibe to other riders. You know, there could be a lot of arrogance. There could be a lot of, you know, us and them. There could be a lot of we're better than everybody else. But I've seen that in other walks of life, amongst other groups as well. Do they necessarily fit in with that other world, that motorcycle rally world? That group, that core group, let's say, who are just, you know, they are more the accountants. They are more, the elder guys, the 50-odd-year-old, my age group and older. They're the ones who've got the money. They can afford more. But then again, that argument breaks down because Harley Davidson, the Indians, let's say, and all the motorcycle manufacturers, they produce really expensive bikes. And the older generation tend to have more disposable income, or traditionally this is, I would say, so they could afford the bigger bikes. So if you're buying an expensive BMW at that age, then other people of a similar age will also be buying expensive Harley Davidson as well. So I think the demographics for both BMW and Harley Davidson's riders are the same in terms of older men usually, but not only. It's not limited to men, of course, but older people who are buying these bigger bikes, more expensive bikes, and they're fitting into a certain way. The Harley Davidson crowd, let's say, the Indian crowd, are more into that rebel image, let's say, for want of a better word. They've pulled away from that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Whereas the BMW crowd are more into the adventure bike rider or the gentleman rider or the there's a clean biker, as it were, and there's the traditional greasy biker, as it was. Now, I don't think either community has that anymore, I've got to say, but you would think that the bikers are from that side of the street and BMW riders are from the motorcyclist side of the street. And maybe that's why some people think they're just too old, they're just too much of a motorcyclist to be cool bikers. I don't have these opinions. I don't have these beliefs. I just think people ride bikes what they want to ride. And if they're nice people, if they want to wave to you and nod to you, they will. If they won't, they don't. They don't have to. It's entirely up to them, of course. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What is it about BMW riders? What is it about Harley Davidson riders? Do they mix? Do motorcyclists and bikers mix? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, keep on watching the videos. Don't forget to go to the website, RevelatorAlf.com/books, or just the website for all the books, all the merchandise, all the t-shirts, that kind of thing. And with that, I'll catch you again in another video coming very soon. Right, bye now.